Hello all. This is just a random video. I don't have a specific plan for this particular video. It's going to just be a simple case of plan B, make it up as I go along. In this video of the day, I'm going to meet up with a mate of mine and we're going to go through to South Queensferry. But there's a couple of things we're going to do en route. I was thinking of trying out the autonomous buses again. That's the buses that run from Ferry Toll to Edinburgh Park. I've done a video on it before, but my mate hasn't been on them yet, so we're thinking of giving the buses a shot. Just hop on it for a hurl, and after that we're going. Well, my mate, he's buying in the hotel at South Queensferry, which is on the south bank of the River Forth. It's not far from Edinburgh, and you get a great view of the Forth bridges, the two Forth road bridges, and the iconic rail bridge, Forth rail bridge. From South Queensferry, you get a great view of them. You will get a good view from North Queensferry as well, but the North Queensferry, there's not as much as there is at South Queensferry compared to South Queensferry. There's more to do. Well, there's more shops and stuff in South Queensferry compared to North Queensferry. Pardon me. North Queensferry is okay. It's a nice place to visit, but if you're visiting South Queensferry, you'll find that there's more shops and stuff. You'll notice it's busier with more tourists for some. I don't know. I mean, you will get a lot of tourists at North Queensferry as well, but in my experience, I've seen more people visiting South Queensferry in comparison to North Queensferry. North Queensferry is a lovely place. I don't know it overly well, but it's just, in my view, it doesn't seem to be quite as busy with tourists compared to South Queensferry. But North Queensferry is still a nice place to visit. I'm not trying to knock or slam North Queensferry or anything like that. It's a lovely place to go to. But South Queensferry, in my experience, I tend to choose South Queensferry if I'm going to visit either of them. And I will go to North Queensferry now and again. But yeah, I didn't want to sort of slam North Queensferry because I'm not. It's a lovely place. But South Queensferry is the one that we're going to go to today anyway. And I'm just going to be doing random videos throughout. I don't have a plan. I just basically, if I feel like videoing something, I'll just stick it on here and share it with you. That's all it is, just to share my day off. Because I don't really have a plan. I don't know exactly what sort of plan that we're doing. I know basically what he's doing. He's going to be spending the night there. I'm coming back home tonight, but I'm going to get views of whatever I see en route today and just stick it on this video. So there is one thing I found rather bizarre. Now this is just a miscellaneous random video, so I could share really anything on it. I'll show you what I mean. It's regarding this grape. Now, I bought a load of black grapes. I've eaten grapes for many years before. I've never saw a grape like this. It just seems quite unusual. It's like trying to find a four-leaf clover, it's an unusual sort of. But I thought I'd just share that because, as I say, I've never saw this before, a grape looking like that. So, I didn't eat it because I just didn't want to eat it. It looks odd. So I thought I'd log it in anyway. Yeah, I just found that quite strange, as if I've never saw a grape like that before. So, just thought I'd share that with you. So at the moment I haven't even left the house yet. So I'm going to meet my pal over the Tay Road Bridge. There's a wee kind of cafe there. It's a food takeaway, so I'm going to go there first for a spot of lunch. And you get the views from the car park. You get the view looking over the River Tay towards Dundee. So, as I say, it's just a random. I'm just going to stick anything on this video. I don't have a plan. If they ask me what a plan is, plan B, make it up as you go along. Just wing it. Right, okay, let's go and get some lunch. It's Dundee, the Tay Road Bridge that I came across, and we're just going to be able to get a bite to eat at the Bridge kiosk. It's like a burger place and that. So Keane's having his day out here at South Queensferry. You're looking forward to autonomous buses yet, have you? No, yeah, this will be something worth trying. I'm going to try out these autonomous buses as well. So the weather's not too bad at the moment. It changes regularly. I mean, it's like 5 minutes it could be sunny, next 5 minutes it could be raining. But anyway, it's lunchtime, don't you think? Definitely lunchtime now. Oh, this is where we're going for a bite to eat. So I think I'll have a cheeseburger with onions. Oh, that was a nice wee cheeseburger. So we're going to set off from here at the Tay Bridge car park, and we're going to make our way to the Premier Inn at South Queensferry. So I'll put the drive footage on, forward dashcam footage. I'll speed it up like that, and you'll get to see the footage as going from here through the countryside, taking the A92 through Fife, and then but it eventually merges up with the M90, which goes across the new Queensferry crossing over the River Forth, where we will end up at the Premier Inn. So the drive footage will be sped up, and at least you'll get to see the scenery that we are driving through. So Keane's going to just follow me there, and we'll make tracks now then. Okay. So that's us at the Premier Inn. I'll just make sure it's locked. So Keane's spending a couple of nights here and just coming here for the day, like, just I'll be going back to it. So you'll be looking forward to your nice visit here at Queensferry, South Queensferry, Premier Inn. Yeah. So once Keane's checked in and that, these bags, we're going to go into, just go to my car, and we'll drive us up to Ferry Toll, where we will get the autonomous bus just for a huddle on it from there to Edinburgh Park and back again. And then we'll return back here at South Queensferry. I might even go into South Queensferry just before we go to Ferry Toll, just to show you it during the daylight before it gets dark. By the time we get back with the bus trip, it will be dark, but we'll be returning there for our tea later on tonight. So that's the idea anyway. So. We're up at an upper level. So I know we met a couple of weeks. Kevin and Amanda like the Premier Inns, they always refer to the breakfast, the unlimited breakfast. So they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That's one of their favourite places. Oh. So room 205. So I won't be putting this online whilst he's here, obviously, for obvious reasons. So once he's checked out, because I'm obviously going to disclose where he is at the moment. Well, I think you need to put that card in for your electric. Yeah, it's one of these electric ones. So you just put your card in and then it puts your power on. Ah, pretty swank, eh? Yeah, it's the same sort of layouts as the travel lodges. It's just pretty much exactly the same layout, more or less. So, I mean, it's what you expect. That's why I go to the travel lodges and Premier Inns and all that kind of stuff, because I know what to expect. So, it's a set quality, and that's why I always select this sort of thing when I go places. Because, you know, I mean, you get nice guest houses as well, eh? But you just don't really know what you're going to expect. So it's handy. It was just a little stone throw off the motorway. Your room then? This is your base for a couple of nights. Yeah. Very good. So Kieran will just be getting his bags unpacked and checked in, and then once we've done that, we'll head out to Ferry Toll, where we will catch the anonymous bus, a driverless bus. It's an Enviro 200, a diesel bus. I've done a video on my channel before regarding that, but Keen hasn't been on these yet, so this is the opportunity for him to give them a try out. So we'll just finish watching a wee bit of Top Gear. Now we're going to head into Queensferry and have a good look there before we go to Ferry Toll to get the bus. Okay. So, we are at South Queensferry now, and we're getting a lovely view of the 3 Forth bridges. It's the Forth rail bridge. It was built in the 18th century, hundreds of, I think it's a good coming for a couple 100-year-old, something like that. And you've got the old road bridge, which is the next bridge between the rail bridge and the latest one, which is just further up. That's the South Queensferry bridge. This is the furthest bridge away. That's the road bridges for that. So, I think we're going to get an ice cream, even though it's like the 12th of February and it is still pretty cold. An ice cream it is. It tastes so good, regardless. Never too cold for an ice cream, exactly. So, yeah, so that's the new bridge in the background. That's the the Queensferry crossing. And that's, you can sort of like see it through the original road bridge, which is the one nearest us, and then the Forth rail bridge. And at the other end of the River Forth is North Queensferry. That's the town of North Queensferry. That's in the Fife region, the south coast of Fife, the Kingdom of Fife. And the rail bridge connects both of these right across the River Forth to the Queensferry, South Queensferry. And then you've got the historic town, which is further up there, which is where we're going to be heading to. In the historical town, there's like ice cream shops, restaurants, cafes, there's a hotel, there's a bar. You would have probably saw it in the driving footage when I came through here. If I remember, I'll slow it down, the footage down, you can get a good look at it. I'm going to head up that way anyway. And there's this island here as well with castle or some sort of fort or something. What are you saying now? Ice cream time?
Ice cream time.
Let's go. Freezing. 12th of February, we're going to get an ice cream. I think that island's called Inchgarvey Island or something. Yeah. That's the chip that I was at last time I was here. You get the reflection of the Forth Rail Bridge off the window there as well. Big reflection. Came off it. It's coming like Forth Rail Bridge reflection of the chippy window. The chip that I was at. So it's East Terrace. So you think we should try this one out then? Good. Key and selected this ice cream shop. The last time I had an ice cream out here was one of the other ones. It was good enough to me, so it's my favourite's vanilla, by the way. Vanilla ice cream is my favourite. There's all the other fancy ones, but I'll always select just plain vanilla. So I'm going to get my vanilla cone.
She's looking very, very
So double cream vanilla ice cream. And a lovely view to go with it. I try to get this in as well, but it's a bit out of focus. But very bizarre trail in the sky, chemtrail perhaps. But anyway, just thought I'd add that in a wee bit there. Stands out like a sore thumb. Well, that's okay, wasn't it? It was just one of these plastic spoons that I stood on. It was one of the... Obviously a lot of people eat ice cream at this location with this lovely view. So, I think now what we're going to do is to make way to the ferry toll to catch the autonomous bus, because it's getting on a wee bit and we want to have enough time to be able to travel from ferry toll to Edinburgh Park and back again as well. So I think we're going to have to start making a move. It's like getting on for 5 o'clock. I think the last one that does the full trip there is 6 o'clock. So should just about get ready. You ready to go then? Let's go. So it's a busy bridge, that railway bridge. This being like off season because it's still February, a lot of the places, the restaurants and that are closed up by the seams of it. I don't suppose it'll be open until spring, that's my guess. I mean, the last time I was here was last summer and all this was, it was really busy. Well, the places were open till late and everything. But we do plan to come, but once we go to Ferry Toll, get the bus to Edinburgh Park and back again, the plan is to come back here for our tea. So I'll just see what there is that's open and decide what we're going to do after we get back. But it will be dark at this point, so it might be a point then to get a view of the bridges, see how well they're lit up at night. I'll get that on the video as well when we then be returned back here later on. So the next port of call is for Ferry Toll. I keep getting it mixed up. So I'll get the dashboard footage up and I'll get the drive from here at Queensferry and I'll record the footage from here to Ferryport. So we're at Ferry Toll and it's parking ride. It's free parking, which is really good. And we're going to get on the autonomous bus from here to Edinburgh Park and back again. That's the idea anyway, so that's the plan. And it's just basically the other side of the Forth Road Bridge. Ferry Toll parking ride. And it's the bus sort of junctions or intersections where your connection buses will all be sort of done in there. Tottenham's bus is parked there. I think it leaves at 5:30. So this is like the main. There's lots of other buses that use this area as well. And the double check is free to park, which is not a word you hear very often. So autonomous bus, a driverless bus. Although there is actually a driver on board, the bus does most of the steering, but there has to be a driver there at this stage because it's still learning. The bus is still sort of, the computers and software and that's still developing. So I have done a video on the autonomous buses before earlier on the channel, so I'll go into a bit more detail as well. So there is a driver on board and there is another member of staff as well, or at least there was the last time I was on it. So it's not quite driverless as such, but it's still in the infancy infantry stages. It's still learning. It's not quite up to the level where you could have a bus turn up with absolutely nobody driving it, like. And not sure I'd want to do that, actually, to be fair. I'd be a wee bit concerned. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be quite comfortable going on a bus without a driver in the cab. I just like that extra bit of reassurance that there's a driver there, especially when you're going over bridges and stuff. So you ready for this experience then? Autonomous bus. This is the first time he's ever been on one of these. We're off. Scotland's only autonomous buses. What do you reckon? Just leaving the ferry toll now, so. Something's the same as any other Enviro 200 MMC. It's the same diesel engine bus. It's just that the controls, there's actuators that control the steering and the brakes. That's really it. It still feels the same. You wouldn't know any difference. Because most of the autonomous driving that's done on the straights, the driver does actually drive it in the tighter areas at the moment because the system isn't quite ready yet. So we're still developing it. Once it gets onto the likes of the straights and that, it goes on the autonomous mode. So, but I've done a much bigger video on this earlier on the channel. For the member, I'll put a link in the description. Well, it's on a straight line now, and that's what the autonomous kicks in a lot. I think in certain areas of the bridge, the driver keeps in control of it. So, because it's on a bridge, they're not quite ready for that bit. It's more the straight lines when it's on the motorway. Any other like straight line except for the bridge. Yeah, I think that's one of the exceptions, is when it's actually on the bridge. Because it's, I don't think it's quite ready for that yet. And the other bits of the motorway, when it's in the straight, when it's in the bus lane, it goes into the autonomous mode. There's like another member of the staff as well, just for like reassurance, like any questions and stuff. South Queensferry down there. What do you think then? Scary. Scary. Different, isn't it? Just a shot. Yeah, so it's, as I say, it's just like the early stages. So we're on, like, we're just coming onto the motorway after the bridge. You know, once it gets into the bus lanes and that, it goes to autonomous as well. The driver's always there with these anxious mini, you know, it's on over the steering wheel, just hovering over the steering wheel, just to take control at any moment, like that. It's on the straight line on the motorway and that, so it's just basically it's with the autonomous road kicks in. It's just in the motorways at the moment. It's just sort of it's in the normal private road now because it's something that kind of congested, well, it's not congested here, but when it gets to the like Palm areas and that, it goes to the normal driver road. It's just autonomous when it's all in the water, the bus lanes and straight lines, except the bridge. Just basically a turning circle, and then Edinburgh Park is just, it's where you would connect up with all the other trains and trams and other buses. Yeah, I've done a video on this before. I've been here, I've actually got off on my other video and I spent a bit of time here. Just been over the original 4th Road Bridge. That's the South Queensferry on the other side. So as a normal driver, because it's going across the bridge, so it's not an autonomous mode in the way. See if we can get the rail bridge in there in the background. Anyway as well, so. And then when we get back to South Queensferry, I'll get the video footage of the bridges lit up as well. We'll get back to you at that time. We're back at Ferry Court now. That's where we started. So, let's we huddle on the autonomous bus. Anyway. Still scary. Still scary. Scary and weird. Yeah, it's different, isn't it? So I think we're just going to head back to South Queensferry and find a chippy or a restaurant or something, get something to eat. I won't bother recording the drive from here to the South Queensferry because I've already done that from Dundee, so I'll just basically, the next clip will be when I'm there. So it's going to be a sail from Ferry to London. Right, so we're at South Queensferry. I've found a nice place to sit with a view of the three bridges. There's a chippy just up the road a wee bit there, so we're going to head up there to get our tea. And the view, I'll just turn this off a second. You've got the road bridges there on the left, and you can see the fourth rail bridge lit up there. There's a car on the right blocking it a little bit, but there is still a reasonable view of it anyway. Most it's lit up. So we're going to go up to the chippy and get our tea now. So you looking forward to your tea then? Fish and chips? Starving. Fish and chips. Let's go. So yes, it's a lovely wee spot that we've picked. So I could smell that food, and on a clear, cold night like this, smells tend to travel further because the air's denser as well. So, and you genuinely, well, I feel hungry and cold, so let's go and get something at the chippy. So, let's go and get our tea. That's where he's been before. He recommends this one. Fish and chips. Go for the fish supper. So, I've got my tea here. Cian's just waiting on his. He's going to get stuck into mine. I'll show you what I got. So, it's quite a filling. It's 2 bits of fish. So, it's quite a lot to get stuck into here. I'm going to scoff this. Cian's getting a fish supper and something else. I don't think I'll be finishing that. That'll fill me up. I'll watch it do me a nice bottle of Coke. And I've got this view up ahead of the 3 bridges, fourth bridge as well. So it looks better when you're sitting in the car. It's maybe not coming out as clear in the video, but it's certainly a nice view when you're looking at it first hand. So tea time. So I scoffed my tea. I'm just going to have a wee look at the bridges at the water end here, and then we'll just sort of head back to the Premier Inn. I'm not used to saying travel lodge because that's normally where I go. But I'm going to show you the bridges and the water, the lights reflecting off the water and everything. It looks quite impressive. So did you like your tea then?
10 for 10.
It's alright, 10 out of 10, yeah? Good. It's alright. So that's a really nice view, and it's a clear night. The moon is out as well. See if we get some stars. We'll see if we can get them on here. It's showing really just the 1 star on this camera, but there is more. Train coming in towards Edinburgh as well. So I just want to get back to the hotel then.
Back over.
Let's go. Right, so yeah, we're just going to head back to the Premier Inn now because it's quite cold and I'm going to get a nice cup of coffee when I get there. Right, so I think we'll just round off the video. I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee. I'll have a wee seat down for a bit. And then I'll get heading back because I go back to Dundee. We're skiing, staying there for a couple of nights. So it's been no bad wee day out actually. So I'm going to round the video off and then I'll get the files in here all organised into folders. I might even do a wee bit of video processing while in here. It doesn't take too long to do these videos. When I do random ones like that, it's fairly easy to edit and it's a lot quicker than some. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. So I'll catch you later on and yep, he's going to be keeping here for the night. Okay, keep a check my channel, see what else I put up, and thanks for watching. Okay, bye for now. See you later. Bye.